So I don't think there's too much point going crazy on checking our route, because we don't need to stop anywhere, and we don't need to explore any roads, because I'm fairly sure I'm 100% on Sweden.
Go straight.
Should probably double check, but we'll get out of town first, shall we?
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I need to get into the habit of checking my map before I actually leave with the trailer. It's a little bit more realistic than just driving off
Get ready to turn right.
and then just stopping in the middle of the road. So we could have stopped at the red, but the lights didn't actually last that long for a change. Unlike that time in a city in America, we were waiting for, it felt like several minutes for the lights to change. So we won't be going down the coast this time. I'm going to not take the opportunity to check my map and jump the lights instead. We're going to be cutting across the country. I think it's not mountainous at this point. I think it's more like just hills. But we'll see. Hopefully it's scenic regardless. We should jump into our outdoors. Wow, that's a very bright trailer. We practically green screen that thing. That's... wow. That's quite sudden, isn't it? Oh well. I hope you don't mind the rest of the view. Maybe we'll actually spend more of this delivery inside the truck. Because... whew.
Go straight.
Well, I'm awake. I forgot to put my extra light on to help keep the illumination consistent, but I think that's probably brightening things up more than enough.
At the roundabout.
Oh, that's right, they have all of the
Second exit.
interesting ornaments in the roundabouts through here. I like that. I like that they've made it something a bit different. Catches your attention a little bit. Just got some wild forests through here, looks like. Going into a different district. Oh, we will actually need to sleep at some point, but I think we're good for this delivery. The bed doesn't look like it's too filled up. Apparently that's what happens when you get tired, is your bed fills with blue. I don't know. So whether they merge to the right. What do we got? 3 hours and 25. Well, our delivery's only 3:15 apparently, so perfect. Oh, through Varsho.
Get ready to turn right.
No idea how you pronounce
Turn
that.
right.
One advantage of this trailer is that no one can say that they didn't see me coming. I assume you see, yep, just this bright green just popping above this truck. Yep, that's one way to stand out. And set cruise. So we managed to go around the city at least. See, apparently I'm speeding, but I'm not catching up to that bus or truck up ahead, so I think they're also speeding. Interesting. Can we get
Ready
through?
to turn left.
Yes, we can. Oh, they're turning anyway. Perfect. Right, time to turn left and head down onto the main road. No more
Turn
country
left.
roads for now. Remember to go on the right-hand side. These could do with a rework, to be honest. This is like the old style almost, even though Scandinavia as a DLC did come out a little bit later, but they still have some of the remnants of the old ways of working, like those sorts of intersections. They've got a few bespoke ones, especially around the main cities. But it was just when they were starting to shift, I feel, from the old template style to the newer, more bespoke style of intersections. And just like city detail in general. It's going to go up on the shoulder may as well. Since in the other lane we're just getting stuck behind caravans anyway still. Thankfully there is a shoulder even across the bridge. Hi policeman, I'm not speeding, you are. Basically a shortcut across country at this point. It's pretty good through here though. So it's before it gets up into the more mountainous parts of the Scandinavian peninsula. A little plane off to the side there. Let's go left. It's like part of the rest area or something that's up there. That's kind of interesting. Sort of thing you kind of wish was either a photo op or a viewpoint or something. At the very least a sort of place of significance to visit. Unless it's unmarked, but fairly sure this was before they started doing unmarked things on your map. I've leaned into that far more in American Truck Simulator than in Euro anyway, I feel. The idea that there's places that aren't marked on your map as being explorable. You kind of venture off the beaten track to get to them. A lot of those in America.
Go straight.
Right, now we're getting into just the big interchanges and large motorways. We're almost at the other coast. And then we've got to figure out what to do from here. I guess we'll drop the trailer first. Because I think Malmo is the next city down the coast. And we need to go down through there and Denmark. Oh, we don't actually have to change lanes. Both go ahead. Copenhagen and Malmo we do want to do next. But first... Well, we'll be doing it head first, not butt first, but... Well, I am sitting. Don't mind me. The musings of a lack of sleep-ravaged mind.
Keep left. And then
Time to go in the cab again, so we can actually see what we're doing. First left.
turn left.
We will wait for the lights. I mean, they've been red long enough. Surely they'll be going soon. Yeah, here we go. Good, good, good. And there's a motel just down the road to sleep at afterwards. Perfect.
Get ready to turn left.
Where we will probably sleep twice
Turn
in order
left.
for it to be morning again though.
It's all over now.
Days are fairly long here. This is going to be a pain to deliver to. Where do you need it? Get screwed. Play it safe. That's not much better, to be honest. But I don't feel like reversing around a corner. Honestly, I don't think that's much worse, because we just turn in here to get the trailer in regardless. Then we just have to gently reverse it all the way around, right? Because otherwise, I'd have to turn around to get to the supposedly easier option. Okay, now let's straighten up. So yeah, it'll take a little while. I could have also just dropped it and just said, yeah, nah, fam. But considering my options, I would have to have gone out, turned around, and come back in again to get it to the supposedly easier place. You just need to kind of follow the tire markings around. If you use them as a bit of a guide when doing these deliveries, then that usually helps. Oh, except there's a trailer parked there already. We're going the other side of that trailer. Okay, so the tire tracks are to that trailer. We need to go the other side of it. That's fine. We've got the white line to go off. And we've just got too sharp an angle again already. We're really not doing this too well. Okay, that's better. Still a little bit tight, but hey, we missed the other trailer, that's the main thing. And line it up. There we go. That's apparently good enough. Excellent. And we get the bonus XP that we definitely don't need. Still. A feeling of satisfaction and success. Okay, well we needed to sleep anyway, didn't we? So let's go do that. I shouldn't be looking at deliveries straight away because we need to sleep. And that will change our freight market jobs. And just any amount of little time spent will also change things for our external contracts as well. So let's head down the road to the hotel, which is kind of on our way out of town anyway. I don't mind just driving down to Malmo and getting the picture, and then worrying about cargo as well. That's the other option. But first I sleep. Stop engine, parking brake on, sleep once, takes us to like midnight, and we'll sleep again to get through to the daytime. Right, so next delivery opportunity, let's see. So our freight market should now have been updated a little bit. Ah, yes, with even worse deliveries. Fantastic. Oh, we should have checked Malmo as well, but never mind. Helsingborg to anywhere useful. Ah, Esbjerg. We were saying that we could take a delivery all the way through. We just have to drive past the right place in Malmo to get the photo op. Bridge photo, Esbjerg. And then we can drive up through Denmark. We can take the Scenic route for a delivery to, hopefully, Oslo. That kind of works, to be perfectly honest. There is also one direct to Oslo, but that kind of goes the wrong way first. I mean, we could make it work, and it's an external contract. We could have taken the one to Oslo and just gone the long way around, essentially. But I haven't been to Esbjerg in ages, so I kind of don't mind that. Helps if it takes the parking brake off. Oh, it's back where we were. Fancy that.
Go straight.
I was hoping it was going to be from a proper depot, not just this,
Turn right.
essentially a supermarket. I'm not sure quite why we take big deliveries from this place.
Road and go.
And I don't know why it has these big fences all around it, like Fort Knox. It'd be nice if it was just something I could drive through.
Pedal to the
Why does everything have to be so cramped? Alright, let's get moving anyway. We've got a pretty long drive ahead of us. 5 hours 28 actually isn't too bad, quite frankly. That's about, what, half an hour? If that?
Go straight.
If there's any particularly boring sections, we can time-lapse it, but we're going to be going through some cities. We're going to be going across a couple of bridges where we'll be taking our photos. The last bit will probably be the least scenic through the bottom end of Denmark.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
No one coming.
Exit now. Keep right, and then exit right.
We're not being forced to drive legally, so we're not going to. So I need to remember to get off at the first exit for Malmo. And I have to slow down for traffic. Ooh. Shoulder can't start quick enough. Yes, I will need to have the first exit, because I want to drive past the depots there. So, come to think of it, isn't that the tower that I'm meant to be taking a picture of anyway? So I could probably take a picture of it from here? I'm sure that's the thing that's in my photo gallery that I haven't gotten a picture of yet. Let's try it. You know what? Let's see. Are you my photo opportunity? I am! Turning torso. There we go. It's not a close view. We can go across as far as we can before it stops us. It's also very blurry, but we can try and focus on it. Saturation up a bit. We can zoom as well. There we go, make sure that it's still featured. Get rid of the blur strength. And hey! There's our photo. Perfect. So now we should see in the gallery for Sweden, everything is unlocked. Fantastic. Good. Well, I don't need to divert anymore. That makes it simpler. I can just keep driving. There's another interesting building down there too, but that wasn't one that I have to take a picture of, apparently. It's a radio tower, looks like. TV tower. Broadcasting tower.
Go straight.
I think I have seen that tower before. I might have even taken a picture of it before. But it was before they introduced the system by which you actually get credits or collections in your gallery for certain things. I can only assume that I'm going to be speeding for most of this way, because speed limits in this part of the world tend to be pretty restrictive. I'm also going to try and utilize some of the corner cutting strategies to just slice off bits of time here and there. Not caring too much about the in-game time per se, because I'm not running up against a clock for trying to get there before I have to sleep again or anything like that. But if I can shave amounts of time off in the real world, then that's always good. Not that we're really up against any sort of time limit or anything today. But we have 2 more deliveries that I would like to do. And I'd like to be done by like 1 something. So, hour and a half. Do basically 3 deliveries, this plus 2 more. Driving up through Denmark and then catching the ferry to Oslo won't take long. I mean, theoretically I could do a route that comes back this way and goes up the coast. Would be more scenic, admittedly, but I'm gonna have to stop. Not if I do this. There we go. 172 euros. Not cheap, but hey. I assume it's because you're paying for this massive bridge, or helping to contribute to its costs anyway. I have no objection to that sort of thing, like paying for initial construction and ongoing maintenance. I'm fine with there being tolls for things. generally when there would be some other alternative. Through here, there isn't really an alternative other than catching a boat. But, I mean, that's still an alternative. So... but instead, we disappear into the core of the Earth, is what it looks like. So there's this island that features this tunnel. I would be so worried about this flooding, but it's a good, like, 24 meters or something berm around, I guess. So, I hope they've got good, like, pumps and stuff in here, though. 90 through here. Perfect, so we shouldn't catch up to that car then. But let's just hog this lane just in case. So I don't want to end up crashing into someone or having to slow down. But quite an interesting idea. Bridge half the gap, make an island, send the rest down into a tunnel. It's interesting.
Go straight.
But that wasn't one that we had to take a picture of, apparently. Which is interesting, because I kind of would have expected it to be, really. But yeah, apparently that one wasn't a photo opportunity. The next two are. Only problem really with having bridges as being a photo thing is, one, there's so many of them. I feel like half of the photo opportunities in Scandinavia are just bridges of various descriptions. At least the one in Norway though, you could get a good view from a different road of it. These ones, the only view you get of them is from them, and that's not a very good view, quite frankly. You don't get a good shot from a distance or anything. Your drone can only go a certain amount away, it seems. Ah, yes, still hard at work over there, I see. Bridge just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, it is impressive you can see it from this far away. Which means I could probably just take a picture of it right now if I wanted to. We'll wait and get through there. We'll see what the details are of this toll booth up ahead here as well. See if we can figure out the easy way through. Looks like it might just be straight ahead this time. Yeah, we don't go off to the side this time. It's weird how it changes. Yeah, auto pass is just straight through. The last time I had to go way out wide. Okay, well, I think we take the photo from around here. Because then we might be able to get a good view of the bridge and the lighthouse to the left and the turbines to the right with the windsock. The Great Belt Bridge. Okay, that's as far as I'm allowed to go, but I think that's fine. That's a pretty good shot, all things considered. Just remove the blur, up the sat, and then maybe earlier in the day? Or maybe in the evening. Sunset? I can barely see the lighthouse then. The bridge itself doesn't really get lit up. No, I think probably better off just where we were. Just maybe with slightly different weather. It does look pretty dramatic with some clouds hanging around. No, that looks good, because then you've got the lighthouse just kind of hanging around and behind. What happens with the weather if we change the time of day? This one. The skybox basically just spins, so it gives you the effect of movement without it actually making any difference. This way we get a little bit of sunset without it being too glary. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Not every picture can be in perfect conditions. Sometimes you just got to embrace that. I mean, we could have taken a picture like up here and see the island and stuff. There's a cruise ship off to the left. But I'm not sure if it would have counted for the fact that you're meant to be looking at the bridge. I like the old sailboat though. This is a really interesting little island. But there's no apparent way to access there. There's no off-ramp or anything. There was a road going around the bottom. But how do you get there? It's like a ring road, but no access to it. That's weird. Oh, whatever. Screw them, I guess. Yeah, I like the old cutter. I've got the old and the new. There's the cruise liner, sailboat. Scandinavian cruise would be really nice. I don't know about coming in here to this sort of the Baltic area, but going up through the fjords would be amazing. It would be interesting coming through here and like going under those bridges and stuff. Quite spectacular. That would be the best way to view them. And through Odense, which is a nice city in its own right. Sad we don't have any excuse to go there right now. But we can see some of the landmarks popping into view over there.
Go straight.
Alright, coming up to our next bridge. I think the next photo ops is we've got this, which I'm fairly sure is another bridge. We've got the Oslo Opera House, and then 2 more bridges down the coast towards Kristiansand and then up to Stavanger, and that's it. Apparently that's the most noteworthy thing in Scandinavia is bridges. Question will be, where do we get the best photo of this one? Probably just on the approach again. Just ruthlessly cutting across traffic. Getting good lines through here. I haven't been paying attention to what it's been doing to the ETA. I can only assume it's been coming down though. Right. And up we go. Do we get a good view from the crest up here, perhaps? Gotta say, out of all of the bridges that we've been on so far and taken photos of, this is probably the most underwhelming, but a new little belt bridge. I mean, it's not that different to a lot of the others, right? We even get the whole thing in shot from here? Maybe. Not really. No. I guess that'll have to do. I'm not too worried about fussing around with this one, quite frankly, because it's not quite as impressive as like the last one. I am surprised they have this one as a photo opportunity, but not the one that has half of it in a tunnel. I feel that the tunnel island going into the bridge would make for a pretty good photo. But never mind. We're almost at Esbjerg anyway.
Keep left.
Crossing paths with how we got up to Scandinavia again in the first place, which was taking a delivery
Go straight.
all the way from Croatia to finish off the Valentine's Day community events. And discovering the last little bit of road that I had, which was just to the south, crossing over into Germany again. So we're cutting paths with that just slightly. And then we'll be following the coastal route, hopefully. We can get a delivery to Oslo, that would be good.
Keep right. Then continue straight.
Keep right, then continue straight. No? I want to go right. How is this continuing straight? Like, thankfully I knew what I had to do, because he certainly didn't. How is this straight? I think I've got their GPS programmed a little bit wrong there. It thinks that this is the same road going through. I mean, I guess it technically is. Kind of. Because it is the E20 and so was the one that headed through to the east. But I feel we were sharing with the 45 for a bit, and that should be taken into consideration. Oh well. So at least we were paying attention. For once.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
We're just gonna do this roundabout completely wrongly. Hey, you're doing my trick. Car pulling out to overtake, so we'll overtake both of them. Just enough room on the road for 3 cars' width, turns out.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit now.
Just dodge through the signs, basically. There is a little path that you can take that misses everything. Whee! Do not try this at home. Whoop. Slalom. Okay, we may as well slow down now anyway, because we're going in here. England, to the left. I mean, kind of, technically, I suppose, but only via a boat. It does have a boat sign here. We're not going that way, not today. We're coming into the container port instead. Where do you want it? Where do you need it? Yeah, nah, that's way too far away. We cannot be bothered with that right now. I mean, there's even a marked area here, and there's a crane directly above us. So, you know, I don't feel bad about dropping it here. Excellent. Well, that's some of it done. Now we've just got the Norway sections, essentially. That was some good timing.